was always in the city, so now I'm starting to like come deeper out and check it out and stuff.
I love it out here. It's just more like relaxed. Like that area is definitely more shit going on, but I can't do the traffic in and out of those places. Like I'm sure going up that hill at certain times of the night is just,
Bruh.
it's just a joke, dude.
The gate to my actual gate in my driveway to get in, you got to pray you don't get into some kind of accident. It's got to be against code. I'm serious. I didn't build the house, right? They must have built it before they put in certain driving codes. So thank you so much. So let's say you're coming from the city on Coldwater, right? Like towards the valley. You have to do a full 180 in the middle of one of those tight curves on Coldwater. No shoulder, no nothing. And I'm talking like a sharp 180, no room to
get into the driveway.
Yeah, you have to make a 4-point turn.
But why'd you live there? Why would you want to live
I
there?
got a crazy crib.
Yeah.
I got 6 acres right in the middle of I got 9
that's
bedrooms.
insane, actually.
I got mad hills, dirt bike trails. My closest neighbor is the owner of Spotify. I got a sick compound.
So did you buy this house with gambling money?
Gambling has provided well for me.
Yeah, that's just it's such a crazy concept. Like, honestly, blows my mind. The first question, by the way, thank you for coming, Mikki.
Yeah. Are we live right now?
Yeah, we're good, right? Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Obviously, you're here because you're an extraordinary gambler. The question is, my first question, I think the most important question, we have a ton for you because I know you've done a lot of cool, but is how does anyone ever be good at gambling? Like, how can you actually be good at gambling?
Sure.
Because that seems like my buddy Steve will do it.
Yeah, I play with him.
I feel like whenever I'm with him, he's so, obviously I've seen him lose, but he consistently is always up. And in my mind, I'm like, that couldn't be me.
There's a lot of different like components to that answer.
Yeah.
The first is like, how can anybody who takes something serious will always be better than someone who takes it like recreationally,
100%.
right? So like off rip, if you just understand the rules of the game, then you already have like, call it an advantage over guys who don't know the rules.
Yeah.
Right? And then there's certain maneuvers that people don't understand the mathematical probabilities of. Let's keep it simple and say blackjack, right?
I love blackjack.
Yeah.
Love it.
Some people don't know that.
By the way, I hate how much I like gambling. I have to admit.
I think gambling's terrible.
I hate how much I love it, bro.
Yeah.
But yeah, sorry, go ahead.
No. So like in blackjack, for example, most people don't know that if you have a soft 18 against the dealer's 9 or 10, you need to take a hit.
A soft 18 against a 9 or 10. Yeah. So those are just basic principles in the game.
Yeah.
That like if you know the game, you go, okay, I know these things.
Yeah.
And someone might be like, oh, I got 18, I'm not hitting.
Right, which is very common for a recreational blackjack player.
Yeah.
They go, I got 18, good hand, I stand.
So describe a soft 18.
As an ace and a 7.
Yeah.
Because the thing is you get a free hit and you need 18.55 for the law of large numbers to be an overall winner. At the end of everything, you win hands once you get to 18.55. So if you're sitting with an 18 and the dealer's a 9 or 10 showing, there's more cards worth 10 than anything else in the deck. They most likely have 19 or 20. You're sitting with a loser. So you have to go down swinging, take the free hit. Worst that happens is the ace turns into a 1. You still didn't bust, and you get another hit after that.
Yeah. So those are just basic principles, though. But you explained to me something when we were at the Power Slap thing, and it was about roulette.
Yeah.
And to me, I'm like, you can't, like, there's no way. But when you explain it to me, it does make sense. This idea of like getting the dealer or the guy who's spinning the ball at this game for
dealer,
roulette.
Yeah.
To like make eye contact with you while he's spinning the ball. Cause you think someone, yeah. And this does make sense when you said it. I was like, this guy spinning the ball if he's been doing it for 10, 15 years, like nonstop, hours and hours, then they probably, just like someone taking a shot, know exactly how the shot kind of hits.
Yeah.
And then they kind of know, okay, he put his numbers here. Let me throw it a little harder.
Make it land on the other side. Because they can control the wheel speed and the ball speed.
So, okay, so they're spinning both.
They're spinning both. They spin the wheel in one direction, ball in the other.
So you think it's possible for someone, I guess it is. I mean, how could it not
it
be?
is. I know it is. I did videos. So I got this guy. All right, so there's a guy. I don't know how old he is. 80 years old. Been a dealer for 50 years. I have a video. You go look at my TikTok. I made a 3-part series with this guy talking specifically how pit bosses used to ask him to cheat and the details of how he cheated for the casinos. He talks about the roulette wheel. He goes, I can throw it guaranteed within 3 numbers.
That's insane. So you can't. I mean, so you can't really beat that then unless you.
Well, that's what I was telling you. So right when the dealer spins the wheel, he spins the wheel, then the ball, right?
Yeah.
When he spins the wheel, he's about to throw the ball. You say, "Look at me," because now he's taking a blind shot. It's like Steph Curry shooting threes,
But he still hits though.
Yeah, but the accuracy dramatically drops off.
Yeah, of course.
But in theory, on that example, the dealer can cheat for you.
What do you mean?
Well, the dealer can put the ball wherever he wants within 3 numbers. He doesn't have to put it away from your money.
But I mean, if he's obviously working for the casino, it's making sense for him to put it away for your money.
I mean, unless your boy's a dealer and you break him off on the back end. In theory, I'm not saying I've done that or know anyone who has, but in theory,
that has to be super like. I was watching Casino. You know, the oldest like mob.
Of course.
Of course, you know it. I wonder if casinos are they just like? I always just wonder is that still not happening? Like, not just killing random people in the desert and stuff, but I wonder if casinos are like. I wonder if they ever take it to that level anymore. If it's like really that serious.
Nah. There's no like physical threats.
Super regulated.
Yeah.
Because you've been kicked out of casinos.
Yeah, almost all of them. Yeah.
So, well, it's like just because they know you just your win rate must be so crazy. I don't get it though. It's just like, what do you know that you think that maybe you just know all those little ins and outs of the games?
That's what happened, bro. So right, so like, bro, first of all, I grew up in an area that was all rich Jews and mobsters, and a lot of these mobsters, if you talk to the grandparents of my friends, they're first generation. The parents are second generation, coming from Bugsy Siegel and Meyer Lansky, right? You know who they are?
Yes.
Yeah. So a lot of the people I grew up with in my area are people that invented some of the technologies used in the casino. Like, I'll tell you this.
To beat the gambler.
Yeah, to beat the gambler.
Yes, okay.
I know the guy who helped create these, the shuffle machines like in blackjack with it. There's the two, it's a black box.
Yeah, it shoots out the decks.
Yeah, pulls up, you put one in, and then other one pops out, you pull the cards out and deal whatever.
Yeah.
I know the guy who helped create the technology in there that puts all the cards back in correct order. So the shuffle machine has laser eyes. It's called eyes, right? They have eyes on there that's reading every card. And the shuffling machine, you think it's shuffling randomly. It's not. It's it's a fact. At the end of the night, they can, if they want, they can take that machine off, put all 6 decks in, and rearrange them from ace through deuce in every suit, all 6 decks. If the machine can unshuffle every single one, then it can also shuffle it however it wants.
So are they all doing that then?
Every casino cheats.
Yeah.
In ways that, so when I first started saying it, people were like, nah, casinos don't cheat. They don't have to. They have an edge, right?
Yeah.
Let me make this so painfully obvious. You familiar with Baccarat?
Yeah, of course.
Right. Steve loves Baccarat.
Yeah, he goes crazy.
The game is virtually 50-50, right?
Yeah.
It's like a slight variance. It's like 49 and change, whatever. Call it 50-50
Yeah.
for easy, right? That means that you should win half your hands, lose half your hands.
Yeah, that never happened.
It means you should win half your sessions, lose half your sessions. Then why does everybody who plays Baccarat always lose everything every time?
Well, I see Steve not lose though. I don't get it.
There are some people who win. Like, I'm one. If you say Steve's winning, he's winning. But bro, why does almost everybody always lose in a game that's supposed to always make you break even minus the 5% on half the bets you're paying into the house? So you should always be losing at like 2.5%. So for every $100, you should be losing $2.50. But instead, for every $100, everyone loses $100.
Yeah.
In a game that's 50-50. How do you always lose in a game that's 50-50?
So why do people still do it then?
I think they're sold on this false sense of reality. And I also think through propaganda and media and like false belief, people are like born almost, not born, but like, their brain is wired to believe that they're not cheating, right? So your first natural belief growing up is that you go to a casino, yeah, they have an edge, but everybody gets lucky, you could win, you can outsmart them, whatever. So they're going. And then once you have this idea, they're just driving it home with the flashy lights and the noises.
And the free food, the free hotel
the liquor,
rooms.
the rooms. And and depending on how big you go, they'll
Shout
give
out
you
Red Rock.
things-
I love the Red Rock, by the way. Yeah.
We'll tell them to unban me.
Bro, they really banned you.
Bro, they had the cops swarm on me after Power. When I seen you at Power Slap, and we all went over in Durango. We were in Durango. We went over to the high limit.
No way.
Bro, I'm playing with bro.
They got you at Durango?
Bro. All right, so when we all went from Power Slap,
They must see you and be like, oh, you call it.
that's what happened.
For sure.
So there was like 3 tables. You know, Dane, I think, was at the middle table. There's one table on the left wall, and then on the right wall, there were 2 tables. Dane was at the first. Bryce Hall was at the second.
Yeah.
So the one that Dana was at was so packed. I'm like, I'm not fighting through the crowd. Like, I'm going to go chill. I seen Bryce at the next table. I'm like, oh, what's up, Bryce, right? So I'm looking over his shoulder. I look up, and I see the pit boss holding a piece of paper to the dealer, and it's my information on there. And they're like whispering, whatever. And he's holding it's like he's literally holding it like this. And I'm staring right at it. And for a second, he looks up, we lock eyes. I'm like, everything good? And he just dead stares at me, no response. And I look behind me and I see the PD, right? The police department assembling at the big archway into the high limit. The thing is that the cops don't know exactly what they're there for. They just know that they're there for something, right?
Yeah.
I watched the guy holding my paperwork approach the cops where he's obviously going to say like, that's the guy, like whatever.
Yeah.
As I see him walk towards the cops, I walk right behind him. He stops to inform the cops. I just keep going and I get out.
Yeah.
And
What do they do? What are they going to just say? Hey, you got to get the out of here,
No, they were
basically?
going to arrest me for trespassing.
Oh, so you're already banned.
Yeah, I'd been trespassed from stations, yeah.
Okay.
And
you're
then
already from the Durango? That's brand new.
Yeah, but it's owned by stations, which I'm trespassed, which
Okay.
is Red Rock, yeah.
Yeah.
And when I left, they went back to talking about it. And you know who MK is?
No.
It's like the YouTuber kid, whatever. There's a YouTube kid named MK and Bryce. They were sitting next to each other playing. They both overheard the entire conversation about me. They were like looking for me, like, where'd he go? Like all this. And then when they realized I left, they just started talking openly about me, like the staff there. And they heard the whole conversation.
So there's none you can go to.
I can go inside of 3 of them and I can play at 2 of them.
Why can you go inside 3 but only play at 2?
So one of them is, I don't want to say the name because I don't want people to think I'm promoting it.
Yeah,
You know
that's
what I'm
fine.
saying?
Yeah.
One of them is brand new and they're not owned by a casino company. They don't have a history of a gaming company.
So they let you play.
So they let me play, but they did kick me out. So they invited me for grand opening night, 4 nights in a row. Everything was good, right? Had me eating at the steakhouses.
Well, why invite you if they know you're that guy?
Well, I think what's happening is they're using me for free marketing.
Got it.
Because they
Makes
know.
sense.
Yeah, because every time any celebrity in the world wants to gamble, they call me and like, where should we go?
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, I got 2 options. You know what I mean?
So, well, how does that work? Like, how did you get linked up with